What's good, man? Welcome to the Stacks Gang. It's your boy DJ Stacks, aka Sir Stacks a lot, and I'm back here with another episode of Tech and Tips, man. I'm finna show y'all boys how to use Kazuya's Tailspin, different little combo routes you can go for, examples of what's possible, what's not, and most importantly, how to confirm your heat burst after any Tailspin combo. It doesn't matter how long it is, you can confirm that bitch. And I want to show y'all also how to abuse his tailspin at the sidewall. We all know how crazy that gets. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say Kazuya's combos have infinite potential damn near, because you can basically confirm a lot of his combo extenders after the tailspin in the mid screen. For example, I'm gonna do something simple, right? You can go for his down forward one, any down forward one string. You can go for one of his knee strings. You can go for his while rising 4. You can go for his electric. You can hit his rising sun. You can hit his rising sun if you want to go for the bound. Say, for example, right, you go for boom, heat burst, and then you do this tailspin, rising sun. You can do something like that. You can do tailspin into patricide fist. You can do tailspin into all of these different combinations, right, chat? So I'm finna just break down how I do it. It's been some time since season 2 dropped, and I've had enough time to kind of lab this out. I'm also doing these combos on Xiaoyu just to show y'all that these combos are all possible on the smallest character. So if they're possible on her, then they're gonna be even easier on a character bigger like King or Victor or something like that. So with that being said, let's get into it, chat. One thing I want y'all to know about Kazuya's Tailspin is it's 2 hits. That means more combo variety. You can go for both hits of the tailspin in a combo, or you can make the first hit whiff, let the second hit tailspin. And not only that, but it's delayable. So depending on the combo you're doing, if you really want the second hit to reach, you can just like delay the second hit to get that extended reach on the second hit. You get what I'm saying, chat? You don't have to do this, but it looks cool, it feels satisfying. It's just that level of freedom that comes with these attacks and stuff that I really enjoy, because you can just let it rip, or you can choose to delay it if you want. It's all up to you as the player. Now, you can combine all of these different things together and master your own way of, like, for example, confirming your heat burst after the tailspin. I'm actually going to show you guys how to do this right now. Let's just say if you do something simple like a 5-hit bound, right? I made a video talking about this, like 5-hit bounds, 6-hit, 7+ hit bounds. Depending on how many hits you go for before your bound will determine the follow-ups that are possible afterwards. For example, I'm just going to give y'all a quick little example, right? I'm going to do his most basic combo ever. This is a 6-hit bound. That means I can go for 3, 1 cancel into crouch dash 3, right? That goes for any 6-hit bound. It doesn't matter what combo as long as it's 6 hits. Now if I add 1 hit to that, just 1, I'm gonna add a jab. All of a sudden, this is no longer possible. The crouch dash 3 will whiff. So that means I have to do a different combo route because of how long the combo was. You get what I'm saying, chat? So let me show you guys, with that, since you guys know that, let me show you guys how to really confirm this tailspin. Because if you do something light like a 5-hit bound, that's 4, hold on. You can do like a 5-hit bound, then if you sidestep right and go directly into heat burst, that'll always confirm. This is easy, you know what I'm saying? This is the easiest way to confirm this. If you want to continuously do this in your gameplay, go right ahead. But if you're a person like me who typically switches up their combo selection damn near every combo they get, then it's like you won't always get the opportunity to do that. And you just have to be aware, you know, because if it's more than 5 hits, this is not easy to do. Now, if I go 6 hits, right? If I go 6, you can still confirm this way. As you can see, it's not as consistent as a 5-hit bound, but it's clearly possible, right? Now, if you're doing like a 7-hit bound, can't do that. It's like the opponent goes way too far. As you can see, it'll just drop. So anything like that, and also that only works with both hits of the tailspin attack. Like, you need the 4-1 to connect to get that extra height, because if you do the tailspin, if you just let the second hit connect, then the height of the tailspin it doesn't go that high. Like, your opponent will not twirl as high up in the air with just the second hit, so that means you have a different timing to be aware of, and you can't just directly go into heat burst from that. So I'm gonna show you how to do so. If your combo's long as shit, and I mean long as shit, you can go for, I'm gonna show you guys how to confirm his longest combo, right? Right here, boom, just like that. That'll connect every single time, and I'm gonna show you how. You see this tailspin animation, chat? It's the same every time. Now, as soon as the opponent hits the ground, this is like a frame before she hits the ground. You see her eyes looking like she's in pain and shit? As soon as she hits the ground, on her stomach, you'll see like a little effect of her pounding the ground beneath her. Right then and there is when you're supposed to input your heat burst. And it should connect every time. Every single time. Right there. You heard that little thump? I'm gonna hit this bitch again. Right? Boom, right there. As soon as she hits the ground, you should have already dashed up. Right here, you should have already dashed up close enough, and then you input your heat burst, and that'll connect every single time. And I'm gonna prove it to you, right? I'm gonna do a little 6-hit bound here, but just to get the second hit of the tailspin, boom, right? I can go again. Boom, and it doesn't matter which side you step to, it'll connect anyway. So if I step left, I was a little too far. I was a little too far right there. That don't count. If I step left, do the same exact timing. Boom. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna connect every time. And that combo's not that long. If I extend the combo, do this again. As you can see, I delayed the tailspin, dashed up real quick, and I still confirmed the heat burst. Now, put this in the practice mode, right? Look. Matter of fact, let me show you something else. Let me show you about the delay. Because if I delay it, I don't have to do like a little micro dash up before inputting the sidestep 4-1. You get what I'm saying, chat? If I do a little delay 4-1 right there, as you can see, the tailspin will still connect. Now, that low-key makes it a bit trickier to confirm the heat burst, because you have to like do a flawless dash up immediately and hit the heat burst at the right time. If you just let it rip, honestly, it's more consistent and it's easier, but again, this all depends on the person. If you find it easier to delay the second hit and then dash up, then to each their own. This might be more comfortable for you. Mind you, if the combo's this long, stepping to the left is basically pointless. I personally wouldn't do it. It's still possible, but since the combo's that long, you want the most efficient way to pull this off. Step to the right if the combo's really long. Do your little quick dash up into your heat burst. Now remember, as long as your opponent is directly on their stomach, right there, as soon as they hit the ground, that is when your heat burst should hit them immediately. You get what I'm saying? So with that, put this in the practice mode, chat. Put this into practice mode. Get a feel for the timing. That way you can consistently pull this off and go for your follow-ups afterwards in game. Because I know how it feels to go for the tailspin and then drop your heat burst right after. If you do your heat burst too early, that was perfect. If you do your heat burst too early, it'll drop. And right there I didn't step far enough. But if you do it too late, just a second too late, it'll also drop. It has to be just right. You'll feel the sweet spot once you get a feel for the sweet spot, bro, it won't leave you. It's very easy. It's not the hardest thing in the world. It's all timing and execution. This is really a test to that. This is a test to your execution as a Kazuya player. How consistently can you pull this off with delays, you know, in-game lag and you know, depending on the character and stuff, you know, depending on the combo, how good is your combo awareness? Because the longer the combo is the more difficult obviously that is to pull off, because the tailspin would send the opponent further away from you. You get what I'm saying, chat? Now, even with a long ass combo like that, you can still confirm both hits. You can still confirm both hits and go for your tailspin if you want the extra, I guess, the extra damage. But again, see, this also plays into the combo you're going for. Because if I were to do something like into the one hit tailspin, then I could do something like this. But if I go for the double hit tailspin, hold on. If I go for the both hits of the tailspin, then this is even more tricky to pull off. That only worked because I was at the perfect angle. That's very inconsistent and I'd rather not go for it. I'll personally choose to go for the one hit tailspin because it's less combo scaling. You see, that's just way more fluid. It feels way more consistent, way more smooth. Again, all this depends on you and the combo you're going for. If you know the walls right next to you, then you can, I'm sure you can get a feel for what follow-up to go for to get your opponent to the wall while using a tailspin, right? Okay, so now that's out the way. Let's get to these side walls, chat. Now, Kazuya's tailspin at these walls, I'm telling you, this shit is crazy. Because let's just say, for example, y'all know one of his strongest Oki situations is you go for any combo and you get a down forward 2 ender. Now this is gonna put your opponent at the side wall, as you can see, right? Now, y'all notice if you get, this is a 50-50 right here, because your opponent could stay on the ground, you can hit him with a steel pedal or a down back 4. If they get up and block low, forward 4-3, that's a free launcher. If they don't block low, hell sweep, their ass is on the wall. Just like that. Just like that, their ass is on the wall. Now from here, you see this specific spot, it's almost guaranteed for the tailspin to do some outrageous shit just by hitting it. Now check this out, right? I'm gonna do a hell sweep and I'm gonna go for the tailspin. Off the wall. Go for another tailspin. On this wall. Hold on, run it back. This time I'm gonna go for down forward 2. Into tailspin. To this wall. You see what I'm saying? It's endless possibilities. I'm gonna go for heat burst this time. And I'm gonna spin this way so that she hits the wall again. Check this out, chat. I'm gonna make her hit the wall, I'm gonna go for heat burst. If I step to the right, or my fault, the left, the tailspin will hit the opponent back onto the side wall. And you have, you know, whatever option you want to go for here. For example, heat burst, step left into the direction of the wall. Boom, look, you see how the first hit of the tailspin connected, but the second one literally hit her off and back onto the wall again? That's the sweet spot. That's what we call the sweet spot. Look at that. On the wall, spinning off the wall just to hit the wall again. Another wall splat. Now from here, right? Down forward 2. Like I'm telling you, his possibilities are endless right now, chat. I'm gonna go for electric. If only I could do that. Right? There's so much you can do with this right here. Like, there's just so much you can do. How this works is any side wall splat you get, like I'm gonna get her to directly face the sidewall with me, right? Stop with the stances, bro. Like, even the AI is addicted to stances. I put this bitch to wake up for 2 seconds and immediate stance, right? Boom. Relax, bro. Stop. Come here. Come here, bro. Right? Right? Okay, I got the wall position. So check this out, chat. Check this out. Check this out, chat. Right here. Boom. Boom. Boom, right? So check this out. Sidewall. Hell sweep. Back onto the wall again. Watch this. I'm gonna go for down forward 1. I'm gonna do the 1-hit tailspin this time. And I'm gonna step to the wall again. You see, this one is very close to the wall. Like, we're literally aligned. The wall is directly to my right side. So that means in order for these tailspin combos to really go crazy, you have to step towards the wall so that you're more likely to hit her away from the wall. You get what I'm saying? If you step to the left here, like you just saw, you might step too much to the wall and just get a clean wall splat that'll kill the whole combo. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go heat burst and I'm gonna step first. Then I'm gonna step this way. As you can see, I got a back turn wall splat. Again, bro, play around with this. I'm gonna step this way, get the tailspin here. I'm gonna just hit her away from the wall. Now I basically have a mid-screen combo, right? Now if I do this again, I'm pretty sure if I do a heat burst here into a step left tailspin, oh no. No, I thought I would have got a clean wall splat, but I did the thing. I hit her on and off the wall. You get what I'm saying? Hold on. If I go down forward 1-4, hold on. Down forward 1-4. No. Down forward 1-4. Heat burst. Tailspin. Down forward 1-2. Another thing that I realized about this is your heat burst after the wall splat, right? Boom. So right here, after your wall splat, the heat burst plays a big role in these weird, outrageous sidewall combos, because something about the heat burst connecting, it's like it almost kind of drags them away from the wall a little bit. Let me show y'all something, right? If I get a direct wall position, right? Boom. Clean wall splat. And I step to the side here. Hold on, run it back. If I get a clean wall splat, and I step, no. Let me get a bound. And I step clean to the side here. You see how I hit her off of the wall? The heat burst makes that possible. Applying that to the side wall splats will really allow these combos to go dumb. As you can see. If you go for a heat burst directly after the wall splat, these combos are gonna go crazy. Like, these are the most outrageous combos you'll see. Like, yeah, you can do a little something with just a regular default wall splat, but it's almost kind of limited. You see, if you get that heat burst though, if you have your heat available, stepping away from the wall and everything. Hold on, now it's being weird. Let me just step towards the wall. Hold on, let me try some. Like, it's crazy. Let me see if I step towards the wall and then step away from the wall. What if I step away from the wall with the heat burst and then towards the wall? You put this right here into the practice mode, right? All you gotta do here, go to the wall, get a down forward 2 combo ender, and this right here is a perfect sweet spot for you to practice your side wall shenanigans. You feel what I'm saying? There's so much you can do here. You can get a hell sweep Go for a down forward 1-4 to get another wall splat. Go for your heat burst, or go for your down forward 1-2. You know, go for the bound there. Or you can go hell sweep directly into tailspin, into heat burst. Tailspin, heat burst. That's the sweet spot right there. You saw she just hit the ground? Just like that, you can abuse this stuff. I'm gonna step towards the wall this time. Yeah, that's too much. That's too much. You see it, she still kind of flew up into the wall again. It's very weird, chat. The fact that this is 2 hits is the reason why all of this stuff is possible. It's just like Steve's 3-1-1 at the wall. I used to do the same thing with his combos. Very similar. So I just applied the same thing to Kazuya, bro. Put this in the practice mode, freestyle, and get a feel for this stuff, because this is really OD. This is really OD. Hold on, let me get this correct wall position again. I'm gonna remember this here. I'm gonna go boom. With that being said, chat, I hope this video helped you out in any way. I hope, you know, this can help improve your Kazuya game overall as a whole. Let me know down below what you guys think. If there's anything y'all boys need help with, let me know. With that being said, chat, I'm gonna see y'all boys on the next video.
Okay, bye.